Hi guys, Kaz Grant here. So, jumping on today just to tell you about the new season for the Brand You podcast. So, if you are out there and you are wanting to learn how to create your own personal brand, how to take control of your social media in 2025 and beyond, how to curate it a little bit more and actually maybe make something out of it, this series of the Brand You podcast is for you. So that's Brand You. At the moment, we're on Spotify. We are working behind the scenes to get it on other channels, and it's also on my YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't got Spotify, you can watch it on my channel. So next week on Monday, episode 1 of series 2 of the Brand You podcast drops, and I wanted to go through some of the subjects that we are discussing with you all and we're going to be going into and diving into. So if any of these resonate with you, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you get notified when a new video drops, because you're not going to want to miss these. So first up, we have a Mind the Gap: how to use your personal brand to bridge where you are to where you want to be. So with Mind the Gap, we're talking about the perception gap. So the perception gap, like where do you think you are on your social media platforms to actually where you want to be, and then looking at from the outside, what's the perception that your audience has on it as well. So juicy topic there. We're also going to be doing then the week after traditional marketing versus personal branding in 2025. Like, which one should you choose or should you consider choosing? It's difficult, isn't it? There's we know we need to be getting ourselves out there if we've got a business, if we've got something to offer the world. But how do you go about that? Do you go down the traditional marketing route or do you go down the personal branding route? Which one? So we're going to dive into that one. We're going to have the next episode after that is you can still talk about your business through your personal brand. So I've had lots of conversations. I run a personal branding agency called Quirk, and had lots of conversations with people recently, and they were a little bit confused because of the word personal branding. They're a little bit like put off. They don't want to be sharing their breakfast, lunch, and dinner and all their kids with the world, so all the super personal stuff. But also, they don't think that they should be sharing the business information through their personal brand. So we're going to be diving into that subject and telling our audience how they can do it in a really authentic and wonderful way. We're then moving into how to create a personal brand as a student without a defined business or job role yet. So we did an event just before Christmas, Brand New podcast event locally. We're in Lincoln. Myself and Toby, the co-host, we put one on in the local area, and there was about 20-30 people there, and we asked them some questions. We were like, look, what do you want to hear about in the next episode, the next series of the Brand New podcast? And some of the guys that were there were students from Lincoln University, and they were like, I know that there's power in personal branding. I know we should be getting ourselves out there, but what do we share? Because we're not actually doing something yet. You know, we're studying, we're learning, we're figuring life out. We don't quite know what way it's going to go yet or what we're going to go into. So what do we do? So we're going to be diving into that one. We've got a special guest episode with Paul Kemshall. He is a TikTok expert. So we're going to be talking about making an impact in 2025 through TikTok. And again, a very juicy subject at the moment because of everything that's going on in the US with the TikTok bans and things like that. Banned is back, it's banned, it's back. Will it be banned again? Who knows? So we're going to be diving into that. And actually, is it worth creating one in the UK if they are going to ban it in the US? We dive into all of that in that episode. We've got an episode after that of the rise of polyworking. So how to manage multiple careers under one personal brand. So polyworking is that. It's having multiple figures in lots of different pies. Maybe you've got a main job 9 to 5 and you've got side business. Maybe you've got 3 businesses that you're running, that you're a part of, that you want to share with your personal brand. We look at how you can do that so that you're not confusing your audience. We then go into how to unlock income streams from your personal brand in 2025. So how you can start monetizing your personal brand if you want to. And then we dive into also building your tribe, like how to grow an army of loyal followers as well in 2025. How do we actually, again, without paying for this, without paid ads, without all of that like pushy marketing, how do we get an army of people that just buy into what we're all about and want to support us and want to collaborate us and want to work with each other and maybe become friends as well. Like, how do we grow that? And then lastly, we are on to how personal branding transforms you into a better leader. And we're going to have another special guest for that one, Andy Nizovic. He is a leadership expert. So we're going to be talking to him about, how we can kind of make our personal brands shine our leadership and help with our leadership in our workplaces or in our businesses as well. So, oh my gosh, so many juicy topics to come. So like I said, you can get the Brand You podcast that myself and Toby is a headshot photographer, but he really specializes in personal branding headshots as well, and like drawing that essence of who you are out visually. So Toby's great to be a co-host with on this because he's just got that other way of thinking about a personal brand, another perspective on it. It's really, really cool. So follow along the Brand You podcast on Spotify if you haven't already. The episode's going to drop on Monday. Once you follow along, you'll get notified when that's out. The episodes are about 30 minutes long. And at the end of every episode on the Brand New podcast, we want this to be a podcast where we teach you how to create a personal brand, but then there's actionable steps at the end to make you take action. We don't want this to be a passive podcast you listen to, you forget all about, and then you don't actually create a personal brand. We want to help people do this. So there's actionable steps at the end of every single podcast. And if that episode has resonated with you and you think that, that's the step that I need to put into place, take those steps. So join us on this personal branding journey and create your own personal brands in 2025. By all means, guys, if you haven't got time to create your own personal brands, if you're maxed with doing everything else that you have to do in life, but you have the funding and you know how beneficial personal branding is in 2025 and beyond, and how much you need to be visible in today's world, come to me at Quirk. Pop me a message, pop me a comment below. Let's get in touch and let's chat about what personal branding services we can offer and how we could help you do that. So I'm going to leave it there, but I can't wait for you to join us on series 2 of the Brand New podcast. I am excited for this one, and we're going to be on other platforms coming very, very soon too. So excited. Mission: grow the podcast in 2025, because there's so much information on there. And guys, if you're joining, there's also series 1 on there as well. We've got 17, I think there's about 20 episodes actually on there already. So go on there, have a catch up before Monday, binge us, and then catch up, and then we'll see you for season 2. Take care, bye.